Hey there, money builders! Andrew Meet Rich here, and I want to share something that completely transformed my financial life. An investment in yourself pays the best dividends, but here's the problem. Most people have no clue how to actually do it right. I used to be one of those people. I was drowning in debt, making terrible money decisions, and wondering why my bank account looked like a ghost town. But everything changed when I learned these 15 game-changing ways to invest in myself. And if you're ready to stop being broke and start building real wealth, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now because we're about to dive deep into strategies that will change your financial future forever. Let's kick this off with number one. Read for financial growth. Listen, this is the most accessible wealth building tool on the planet, and yet most people ignore it completely. You know why? Because school ruined reading for us. They forced us to read boring textbooks about dead poets when we should have been learning about compound interest and cash flow. Here's what I did differently. I started reading what I actually wanted to learn about. Personal finance books, business biographies, investment strategies. I read Robert Kiyosaki, Dave Ramsey, and Benjamin Graham not because a teacher told me to, but because I was hungry to escape my financial prison. Reading one good money book can literally save you thousands of dollars in mistakes. Number two, talk to successful people and find a mentor. This was huge for me. When I was broke, I was surrounded by other broke people. We all complained about money, blamed the economy, and made excuses together. It was like a poverty echo chamber. But once I started seeking out conversations with people who had actually built wealth, everything shifted. I learned about investment strategies I'd never heard of, business opportunities I'd never considered, and mindset shifts that were absolute game changers. Your environment shapes your income, period. If you want to be wealthy, you need to be around wealthy thinking. Finding a mentor who's willing to guide you through your financial journey is literally priceless. They've already made the mistakes, so you don't have to. Number three, build your network strategically. Your net worth is directly connected to your network, and I learned this the hard way. When I was struggling financially, I had nobody to turn to for opportunities, advice, or even just moral support. But as I started investing in quality relationships, doors began opening everywhere. I'm not talking about fake networking where you just collect business cards. I'm talking about genuine friendships with people who inspire you to level up. These relationships become your personal and professional safety net. Some of my best investment opportunities came through connections I made at financial conferences in Chicago and Miami. The person who doesn't invest in relationships is missing a massive piece of the wealth building puzzle. Number four, travel smart and far. Now, I'm not talking about blowing your emergency fund on a luxury vacation. I'm talking about strategic travel that expands your understanding of money and opportunity. When I first traveled to different states for business conferences, my entire perspective changed. I saw how people in New York approached real estate differently than folks in Houston. I learned about investment strategies that were working in Los Angeles, but hadn't reached my hometown yet. Travel opens your mind to new ways of thinking about wealth creation. 10 hours away by plane, and suddenly you're exposed to completely different approaches to business and money. This kind of exposure makes you less narrow-minded about financial opportunities and helps you think bigger about your own potential. Number five, invest in skill-building courses. Here's the truth. Your current skills got you your current income level. If you want more money, you need better skills. Period. The best investment I ever made was learning about digital marketing, real estate analysis, and basic accounting. These weren't college courses that cost $40,000. These were targeted, practical courses that taught me exactly what I needed to know to increase my earning potential. A single idea from the right course can make you thousands of dollars. I once learned a tax strategy from a $200 course that saved me over $5,000 that year alone. Your life feels expensive because you think investing in yourself costs too much. But staying broke costs even more. But here's what nobody talks about. You can't build wealth if you're running on empty. Number six is understanding and building your health. When I was broke and stressed, I was also exhausted, unfocused, and making terrible decisions. I was living on energy drinks and fast food, thinking I couldn't afford to eat well or join a gym. But poor health is the most expensive lifestyle you can choose. Medical bills, lost productivity, missed opportunities, it all adds up fast. Investing in your physical and mental health isn't just about feeling good. It's about having the energy and mental clarity to make smart financial decisions. You can't think clearly about investment strategies when your brain is running on fumes from another 3 a.m. energy drink crash. Number seven, learn to sell something. This might sound scary, but selling taught me more about money psychology than any finance book ever could. When you try to sell something, you have to understand what people actually value, how to communicate benefits clearly, and how to handle rejection professionally. These skills translate directly to negotiating your salary, pitching business ideas, and even selling yourself in job interviews. I started by selling products on Facebook Marketplace, then moved to consulting services. The confidence and communication skills I developed transformed every area of my financial life. Plus, selling gives you that entrepreneurial mindset that's essential for building real wealth beyond just a paycheck. Number 8. Optimize your environment for success. Chaos costs money, and I learned this lesson painfully. When my finances were a mess, my physical space was a disaster too. I was constantly losing important documents, missing bill due dates, and wasting time looking for things. Getting organized saved me hundreds of dollars in late fees and helped me focus on wealth-building activities instead of constantly putting out fires. Your environment should support your goals, not sabotage them. If you're trying to budget but your desk is covered in impulse purchases you forgot about, you're fighting an uphill battle. Clean space, clear mind, better financial decisions. Here's something that changed my entire approach to learning. Number 9, teach something. When I started explaining investment concepts to friends who were also trying to get their money right, I realized how much deeper my own understanding became. Teaching forces you to really know your stuff inside and out. You can't fake it when someone asks you to explain compound interest in simple terms. This is why I eventually started speaking at finance events across the country. Every time I teach someone about budgeting or investing, my own knowledge gets stronger. Plus, teaching builds your personal brand and can even become an additional income stream. Knowledge shared is knowledge multiplied. And in the finance world, that can literally multiply your income too. Number 10 is absolutely crucial. Build an income stream that doesn't depend on your time. This was my biggest breakthrough moment. You'll never build real wealth trading hours for dollars, no matter how many hours you work. I learned this when I was working 60-hour weeks and still couldn't get ahead financially. The game changer was creating income that flowed whether I was working or sleeping. For me, it started with dividend-paying stocks, then rental properties, and eventually online courses. The key is that it can't depend on you showing up every day, or you just created another job for yourself. This might start small, but even an extra $100 a month that you don't have to work for changes everything about how you think about money and time. Number 11. Clean up your financial image online. Your social media presence is your new credit score when it comes to opportunities. I had to delete photos of me blowing money at expensive restaurants when I was actually broke, because that image didn't match the financially responsible person I was trying to become. Employers, potential business partners, and even dating prospects are checking out your online presence. If your Instagram shows you living beyond your means or making poor financial choices, you're literally blocking opportunities from coming your way. Clean up your LinkedIn, share content about your financial growth journey, and present yourself as someone who makes smart money decisions. Opportunities follow people who look like they can handle them responsibly. Don't sleep on number 12. Expose yourself to creativity and innovation regularly. Most people think art and creativity have nothing to do with money, but they're dead wrong. Every successful business started with someone thinking creatively about solving a problem. When I started visiting art galleries in New York and Los Angeles, I wasn't just looking at paintings. I was studying how creative people think differently, how they approach problems from unique angles, and how they turn ideas into value. This creative thinking directly improved my ability to spot investment opportunities and come up with innovative solutions to financial challenges. Creativity breeds value, and if you want to create wealth, you need to exercise those creative muscles regularly. Number 13. Learn a new language for market advantage. This isn't just about cultural enrichment, though that's valuable too. Speaking multiple languages literally opens up new markets and opportunities. When I learned basic Spanish, I was able to connect with Latino business owners in Miami and Houston who needed services I could provide. That language skill has brought me thousands of dollars in additional income. In our global economy, being multilingual gives you access to international investment opportunities, global business partnerships, and expanded customer bases. Your brain also gets stronger from learning languages, which improves your overall decision-making abilities. It's like compound interest for your intellectual capital. Number 14 is straightforward but powerful. Invest in better tools and equipment. Early in my wealth building journey, at least 70% of any extra money I made went back into tools that could make me more money. Better computer, professional software, quality recording equipment for content creation. These aren't expenses, they're investments that pay for themselves. You can't afford to waste time dealing with equipment failures when you could be generating income instead. Quality tools increase the quality of your work and help you work faster, which directly translates to higher earnings. Don't be penny wise and pound foolish when it comes to equipment that makes you money. And finally, number 15, practice financial introspection and learn to say no. This one ties everything together. You need to honestly examine your money beliefs, your spending triggers, and the financial baggage you're carrying from your past. I had to confront the fact that I was terrible with money because I was trying to prove my worth through expensive purchases. Introspection helped me identify and solve these deep-rooted issues one by one. The other crucial part is learning to say no to financial obligations that don't serve your wealth-building goals. Stop saying yes to expensive social activities you can't afford just to keep other people happy. Your future financial freedom is worth more than temporary social approval. Here's the bonus golden nugget that I wish someone had told me when I was starting out. Invest time before you invest money until you have enough money to buy back your time. When I was broke, I didn't have capital to invest, but I had time. So I spent countless hours learning about investing, researching opportunities, and building skills. But here's the advanced strategy. Once you have money, always choose to invest money over time when possible. Time is the one resource you can't get more of, and wealthy people understand this deeply. You might pay more for convenience or professional services, but you're actually buying time that you can then use for higher value activities. Everything I've shared with you today comes down to one fundamental question. What's your return on yourself? Nobody can make you wealthy except you. Not your job, not your family, not the government. It's your passion, your hunger, your desire for change that generates positive returns in your life. I went from being broke and desperate to speaking at major financial conferences in cities across America because I invested in myself consistently and strategically. You are your greatest asset and your best investment opportunity. The question is, are you ready to start treating yourself that way? If this video opened your eyes to new possibilities for your financial future, smash that like button and subscribe for more real-world wealth-building strategies. Drop a comment and let me know which of these 15 investments you're going to start with first. And remember, your journey to financial freedom starts with a single decision to invest in yourself. I'll see you in the next video where we'll dive even deeper into building unstoppable wealth. Keep building, keep growing, and never stop investing in the most important asset you'll ever own, you.